Chosen one, stop everything. Don't scroll. Don't let this play in the background. Don't let anyone else's voice or energy distract you. This message is not for the crowd. It's not for your friends, your family, or anyone sitting next to you. This is for you, and only you. If there's noise around you, silence it. If you're multitasking, stop. If your mind is racing, let it rest. God has just interrupted your day, your routine, your entire timeline, because what He's about to say cannot be received in pieces. This is not background noise. This is a divine download, and it requires your full, undivided attention. If you can't give that right now, pause this video and come back when you can, because what's about to be revealed is so personal, so precisely timed, so specifically assigned to you, that letting anyone else into this moment would dilute its power. This is a message that only makes sense to the one it was sent for. Everyone else would just hear words. But you're about to hear confirmation. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That strange tension in your spirit, that sense that something is about to shift, but you can't put your finger on what it is. You've been restless at night, waking up at odd hours, your mind swirling with questions and your heart heavy with anticipation. You've wondered if you're just overthinking, if you're just tired, if you're just lost. But what if you're not? What if what you're experiencing is not confusion, but calling? What if you were standing on the edge of the biggest breakthrough of your life, and you have no idea what's coming next? Heaven has orchestrated this encounter. The divine has been moving pieces into place, aligning circumstances, clearing obstacles, all to bring you to this exact point of convergence between your spirit and this message. You are about to discover why everything in your life has felt different lately, why the restlessness won't go away, why your soul has been stirring with an intensity you can't fully explain. The answer is about to become clear, and what I'm going to share will fundamentally shift how you see yourself, your purpose, and the extraordinary season you are entering. God has spoken. The message is urgent. The time is now. And you, yes, you specifically, have been marked for something that will take your breath away. The world as we know it stands at the edge of transformation. A cosmic shift is coming. A spiritual realignment unlike anything humanity has witnessed in generations. Those who remain disconnected from divine truth, those who have turned away from the source, those who built their lives on sand rather than rock, they will experience this shift as devastation, as collapse, as everything stable suddenly becoming unstable. But for you, the one heaven has called, the one whose spirit has been prepared through every trial, every valley, every moment of seeming defeat, this shift represents something entirely different. This shift is your promotion, your elevation, your breakthrough. The door you have been pounding on is about to swing wide open. The prayers you whispered in desperation are about to be answered with such force that you will stand in awe. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. That is Isaiah 43-19, and it is speaking directly to your situation right now. Before I go further, I want you to do something important. If this message is resonating in your spirit, if something inside you recognizes the truth being spoken, hit that like button right now. Let it be your agreement with heaven. Let it be your signal that you are ready for what is coming. And as we journey through this together, drop a comment with the word ready. Just that one word. It will activate something in the spiritual realm. It will mark you as someone who is not merely hearing, but responding. Now stay with me until the very end, because if you truly are one of the chosen, if your spirit truly carries the mark of divine selection, you will feel the weight of every word. You will recognize yourself in what is being described. You will sense the call getting louder with each passing moment. This message did not find you randomly. You were drawn here by forces you may not fully understand yet, but soon everything will make perfect sense. There are signs appearing in your life right now that you may have dismissed as stress, as imagination, as overthinking, but let me tell you what they really are. Your spirit has been waking you up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., hours when the world sleeps, but your soul refuses to rest. You lie there in the darkness, and thoughts flood your mind. Not anxious thoughts, though anxiety may accompany them. These are different. These are stirrings, promptings, divine downloads of understanding that your conscious mind struggles to process. That is not insomnia. That is not a sleep disorder. That is heaven preparing you, speaking to you in the quiet hours when distractions fall away. Conversations hit you differently now. Someone says something ordinary, something they have said 100 times before, but suddenly, it carries weight. It lands in your spirit with impact. You find yourself thinking about it for days. Words that used to slide past you now pierce deep. That is not you becoming oversensitive. That is your spiritual perception sharpening. That is your ability to hear beneath the surface activating. God is tuning your ears to hear what others cannot hear, to perceive what others cannot perceive. Old habits that once satisfied you now feel hollow. Entertainment that used to distract you no longer holds your attention. Routines that provided comfort now feel like prison walls. You find yourself asking, is this all there is? Is this what I was made for? Is this the extent of my existence? Those questions are not depression. Those questions are not you losing your way. Those questions are God disrupting your comfort because comfort has become your enemy. Comfort keeps you small. Comfort keeps you safe. Comfort keeps you from the destiny that requires you to step into the unknown. The noise of the world feels heavier now. Social media drains you faster. News cycles exhaust you quicker. Meaningless chatter irritates you more. You crave depth. You hunger for substance. You need truth like you need oxygen. That is not you becoming antisocial. That is not you turning bitter. That is your spirit rejecting what does not feed it anymore. You are being weaned off the artificial so you can taste the real. You are being detoxed from the superficial so you can handle the profound. If you are nodding right now, if you are saying yes, that is exactly what I am experiencing, then you need to understand what this means. You are not falling apart. You are not losing your mind. You are not broken. You are being awakened. You are being activated. You are being called forth. And this awakening is not optional. Once God initiates this process in you, there is no going back to sleep. There is no returning to ignorance. There is no unseeing what you have seen. There is no unhearing what you have heard. The veil has been lifted. The scales have fallen from your eyes. And now you must walk forward into the reality that has always existed, but you could not perceive until this moment. This transformation happening in you is part of something much larger. God is moving across the earth right now with intention and power. He is shaking everything that can be shaken so that what cannot be shaken remains standing. Systems built on lies will crumble. Institutions built on corruption will collapse. Structures built on pride will fall. And when the shaking is complete, only what was built on truth, only what was rooted in righteousness, only what was anchored in the eternal will still be standing. You might look at yourself and think, I am not ready for this. I do not have what it takes. I am too weak. I am too flawed. I have made too many mistakes. I have failed too many times. I have disappointed too many people. How could heaven choose someone like me? But listen closely to what I am about to say because this will free you from that lie. God does not call the equipped. He equips the called. He does not choose based on your resume. He chooses based on your heart. He does not select based on your strength. He selects based on your willingness. Moses had a speech impediment. David was a shepherd boy. Gideon was hiding in a winepress. Esther was an orphan. Peter denied Christ 3 times. Paul persecuted the church. And yet every single one of them was chosen. Every single one of them was used. Every single one of them changed history. Your past does not disqualify you. Your weaknesses do not disqualify you. Your failures do not disqualify you. In fact, they might be exactly what qualifies you because they have taught you humility. They have taught you dependence. They have taught you that in your own strength you can do nothing, but in God's strength you can do everything. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. That is Psalm 46:1. When trouble comes, when pressure mounts, when opposition rises, He does not observe from a distance. He steps in. He shows up. He intervenes. All that is required from you is faith. Just faith. Not perfect faith. Not giant faith. Just mustard seed faith. Just enough to say yes. Just enough to take the first step. Just enough to believe that if He called you, He will carry you. As this divine plan unfolds, as this shift accelerates, a line of separation will become visible. It will be undeniable. It will be stark. Some people will harden their hearts when truth is presented. Some will compromise their convictions when pressure increases. Some will drift into complacency when vigilance is required. They will choose comfort over calling. They will choose safety over obedience. They will choose the approval of people over the approval of God. But you will not be counted among them. You will not be found in that group. You will stand on the other side of the line. You will be among those who rise when others retreat, among those who shine when others fade, among those who stand firm when others fall away. If this is stirring something deep inside you, if you feel the fire building in your chest, take a moment right now and subscribe to this channel. Be part of this movement of chosen ones gathering from every corner of the earth, and drop a comment below. Tell me what city you are watching from. Tell me what time it is where you are. Let us see how far this message is spreading. Let us see how many are waking up at the same time. God warned that a storm was coming, not a physical storm, though physical manifestations may occur. A spiritual storm. A storm that would test what people are truly made of. A storm that would reveal what is authentic and what is performance. A storm that would separate those who built their house on rock from those who built on sand. And when the rain falls, when the floods come, when the wind blows and beats against the houses, the one on rock will stand firm, while the one on sand will collapse with a great crash. Matthew 7:27 describes this collapse, and we are about to witness it in real time. Those who disconnected from God, those who turned their backs on divine truth, those who treated faith like a spare tire, something you keep stored away but never think about until emergency strikes, they will find the coming days unbearable. Pressure will come from every direction. Pressure in their relationships as people they trusted reveal their true nature. Pressure in their finances as systems they relied on prove unreliable. Pressure in their mental health as fear, anxiety, and confusion mount without relief. Pressure in their stability as everything they leaned on begins to wobble and shake. Their indifference will turn to panic. Their pride will turn to desperation. Their self-reliance will prove insufficient. And in that moment of crisis, they will search for something solid to grab onto. And many will find nothing there. But you, chosen one, you are not being called to fear. You are being called to rise. Your faith is your shield that deflects every attack. Your purpose is your compass that guides through every storm. Your connection to the divine is your anchor that holds when everything else shifts. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. That is Isaiah 41:10. Read those words again slowly. Let them sink deep into your spirit. This is not poetry. This is not motivation. This is covenant. This is promise. This is divine guarantee. When pressure increases, His strength increases in you. When opposition multiplies, His grace multiplies with it. When the battle intensifies, His presence intensifies to match it. Now, I need to tell you something about those who wandered away from God's path. Those who got lost, chasing success, chasing pleasure, chasing validation, chasing anything except the one thing that truly satisfies. Those who built their entire identity on careers that betrayed them, relationships that abandoned them, achievements that meant nothing in the end. Those who said they did not need God. They had it all figured out. They were doing fine on their own. A moment of reckoning is here for them. A moment of awakening, and the mercy of God is reaching out with unprecedented intensity to pull them back home. Some of them are returning faster than anyone expected. People you thought were too far gone. People who seemed completely hardened. People who mocked faith, who ridiculed believers, who declared God irrelevant. Suddenly, they are showing up again, not because they hit rock bottom, though many did. Not because life became unbearable, though for many it did. But because God is calling them. Because their spirit is hungry. Because the emptiness finally became too loud to ignore. The same ones who ran from love are now running toward it. The same ones who caused wounds are now seeking healing. The same ones who acted like they were invincible are now admitting they are broken. And you, chosen one, you are part of their restoration. You are part of their journey back. But it is not about standing at the door with your arms crossed saying, "I told you so." It is not about making them grovel. It is not about holding their past mistakes over their heads. It is about being the hand that reaches down to pull them up. It is about showing them that God's love did not leave when they left. It is about demonstrating grace where others demonstrate judgment. It is about offering compassion where others offer contempt. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out. That is Matthew 12:20. That is the heart of God toward broken people. That is how he sees them. Not as garbage to discard, but as treasures to restore. And you must adopt that same posture. Before we continue, if this message is touching something in your soul, if you are feeling the weight of this calling, show your agreement by hitting the like button one more time. And if you have not commented yet, do it now. Type the number 777. That is the number of divine perfection and completion. Let that be your marker. Let that be your declaration. Listen carefully. God's plan is vast. It is personal. It is precise. Every person has a role in it, whether they recognize it or not. You, chosen one. You are not more valuable than anyone else in God's eyes. You are not better. You are not superior. You are simply the one who answered when he called. You are the one who said yes when others said no. You are the one who kept your heart soft when life tried to make it hard. You are the one who refused to let bitterness steal your joy. You are the one who refused to let pain silence your prayers. You are the one who refused to let betrayal close your heart. You kept the door open. You kept the light on. You kept believing when doubt surrounded you. But those who have not awakened yet, those walking through life spiritually asleep, they are not disposable. They are not forgotten. They are not beyond reach. Your responsibility is not to despise them. Your responsibility is not to judge them. Your responsibility is to love them into awakening, to pray them into revelation, to live in such a way that your life becomes a testimony they cannot ignore. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. That is Matthew 5:16. Your life is a sermon they are reading. Your choices are a message they are receiving. Your peace in the middle of chaos is an advertisement for the source of that peace. The enemy will try to steal your focus. He will try to make you believe that this moment is about you, about your comfort, about your convenience. But this moment is about a kingdom. This moment is about souls. This moment is about eternity. People are dying without hope. People are living without purpose. People are wandering without direction. And God has positioned you as a lighthouse in their storm, as a guide in their darkness, as a voice of truth in their confusion. Your assignment is not small. Your calling is not trivial. What you carry matters more than you realize. There will be days when doubt whispers that you misheard the call. Days when you question whether any of this is real. Days when you feel like giving up because the road is harder than you expected. In those moments, remember this: every prophet faced doubt. Every disciple faced fear. Every chosen vessel faced opposition. Moses doubted at the burning bush. Jeremiah doubted his youth. Isaiah doubted his unclean lips. But God did not abandon them in their doubt. He strengthened them. He equipped them. He carried them, and He will do the same for you. The storm that is coming will not be gentle. I will not lie to you and pretend everything will be easy. The shaking will be intense. The testing will be severe. The opposition will be fierce, but your foundation is secure. You are not built on shifting sand. You are built on the rock. And though the winds howl and the floods rise and the rain beats down, you will not be moved. You will not be shaken. You will not be destroyed. In fact, you will emerge stronger. You will emerge wiser. You will emerge more refined than you went in, because pressure does not break what is genuine. Pressure reveals its strength. Strengthen your faith now. Feed it now while there is time. Feed it with the Word of God, reading until truth becomes more real than circumstances. Feed it with worship, praising until your spirit rises above your situation. Feed it with testimony, remembering every time God came through before. Feed it with fellowship, connecting with others who carry the same fire. Protect it from influences that weaken it. Protect it from voices that mock it. Protect it from environments that suffocate it. Do not play games with compromise. Do not flirt with distractions that you know drain your anointing. Do not entertain relationships that pull you away from your purpose. Guard what God placed inside you. Guard it fiercely. Guard it jealously. Guard it carefully. Because what you carry is precious. What you carry is powerful. What you carry is desperately needed in this hour. The time for hesitation is over. The time for playing small is done. The time for hiding behind fear is finished. The chosen ones are rising all over the world. Can you feel it? Can you sense it? There is a stirring happening, a mobilization, a gathering of those who have been marked, called, set apart for this very moment in history. And it is your time to step fully into divine power. Not power to dominate others, not power to control or manipulate, not power for ego or recognition, but power for purpose. Power to heal what is wounded, power to restore what is broken, power to build what has been torn down, power to speak life into dead situations, power to walk in authority that makes darkness retreat. This power does not come from you. This power flows through you. It comes from being connected to the source, from staying plugged into the vine, from abiding in His presence. You do not have to wait for perfect conditions before you step forward. You do not have to wait until every question is answered. You do not have to wait until every doubt disappears. You do not have to wait until you feel completely ready. Because if you wait for perfect readiness, you will wait forever. Faith is not the absence of fear. Faith is moving forward despite the fear. Faith is obeying even when you are trembling. Faith is saying yes even when you do not understand the full picture. The moment is now, this very moment. Today, God has already equipped you with everything you need for this season. You might not see it yet. You might look at yourself and see inadequacy, limitation, weakness. But He sees something different. He sees the strength being built in you through every act of obedience. Every time you show up, even when you do not feel like it. Every time you choose faith over fear. Every time you stand on His word instead of sinking into worry. That obedience is constructing something inside you. Every act is a brick. Every choice is a foundation stone. Every moment you push through resistance is a steel beam reinforcing your structure. The wisdom you desperately want is already forming in you through surrender, through laying down your own understanding, through admitting you do not have all the answers, through being willing to be taught, corrected, redirected by the Holy Spirit. The courage you pray for is already growing inside you every single time you choose to speak truth. Even when your voice shakes, every time you stand alone rather than compromise with the crowd, every time you do what is right, even when it costs you something. To step into your power is to step into who you were created to be before the foundation of the world. Before time began, before the stars were set in their courses, God had a vision for your life, a blueprint for your purpose, a plan for how you would impact this generation and the ones that follow. It means walking with confidence, not arrogance. Confidence rooted in knowing whose you are, not in what you have accomplished. Confidence that comes from identity, not from achievement. Confidence that remains steady even when circumstances shift. It means facing challenges head-on, not running from difficulty, not avoiding hard conversations, not taking the comfortable path when the right path is harder. It means knowing with absolute certainty that you are not alone, that God goes before you into every situation, that His Spirit empowers you for every task, that His presence surrounds you through every battle. It means serving with excellence even when no one is watching, leading with humility even when you have authority, protecting what is vulnerable, building what is broken, healing what is wounded, guiding what is lost. And as you rise into this calling, remember why you do it. Not for applause from people who will forget you next week. Not for recognition that fades as soon as something new captures attention. Not for reward or compensation or earthly gain. You do it for the glory of God. You do it because He deserves your absolute best. You do it because eternity is watching. You do it because someone's salvation depends on your obedience. Someone's healing depends on your faithfulness. Someone's breakthrough depends on your willingness to show up. If this message has gripped your spirit, if something inside you is responding with intensity, take a moment and subscribe if you have not already. Join this community of awakened ones and leave a comment telling me one word that describes what you are feeling right now. Just one word. Let us create a tapestry of testimonies. Let us see how God is moving in hearts across the world. So I am going to ask you directly, and I want you to let your spirit answer this question honestly. Will you respond to this call? Will you rise to meet this moment? Will you release the old weights that have held you back? The fear that has paralyzed you, the doubt that has limited you, the insecurity that has silenced you, the need for approval that has controlled you, the comfort zones that have kept you safe but small. Will you step fully into the calling that has been following you your entire life? Even when you ran from it, even when you tried to ignore it, even when you convinced yourself you were not qualified because the world is shifting beneath our feet. Everyone can feel it whether they understand it or not. There is an instability, an uncertainty, a sense that something significant is about to happen. And you were not brought this far just to turn back now. You did not survive everything you survived, just to retreat when the real assignment begins. You were not carried through every valley just to camp in the shadow when the mountain is calling you higher. You were brought here to stand when others fall, to lead when others hide, to shine not with your own light that eventually burns out, but with the light of the one who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. As you move forward from this moment, as you step into the next chapter of your story, hold these truths close. When fear tries to take control of your decisions, choose faith instead. Choose to believe God's promises over your feelings. Choose to trust His character over your circumstances. When you feel isolated, when it seems like no one understands what you are going through, remember that God is near, not watching from a distance, not observing from heaven, near, present, involved, walking with you through every fire, standing with you in every storm. When the storm gets loud, when the noise becomes overwhelming, when the chaos threatens to drown out everything else, stay steady. Do not be moved by what you see with your physical eyes. Do not be shaken by what you hear with your physical ears. Do not be discouraged by how long it is taking. Stay rooted in the Word. Stay grounded in truth. Stay anchored in His promises. Remember that delays are not denials. Remember that God's timing is perfect even when it does not make sense to you. Remember that He is working behind the scenes even when you cannot see any evidence. The revolution has begun. It is not coming. It is here. It is now. And you are not a spectator. You are not an observer. You are not in the audience. You are a participant. You are an agent. You are a carrier of the very thing this world is desperate for. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your call. Everything has been preparing you for this. Every hardship taught you endurance. Every betrayal taught you discernment. Every failure taught you humility. Every victory taught you that God is faithful. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Everything had purpose. Will you answer? Will you step forward? Will you say yes with your whole heart? Because there are people waiting for you to become who you were meant to be. There are lives that will be changed because you chose obedience. There are destinies that will be unlocked because you walked in your calling. There are generations that will be impacted because you refused to play small. Your yes matters. Your obedience matters. Your faithfulness matters more than you can possibly comprehend right now. Do not let another day pass in hesitation. Do not let another week go by in fear. Do not let another month slip away in doubt. The urgency is real. The time is now. The call is clear. And you have everything you need inside you already. God placed it there before you were born. He wired you for this. He designed you for this. He created you for this. Now step into it. Walk into it. Run into it with confidence and faith and absolute trust that He who began a good work in you will carry it to completion. This is your moment, chosen one. Do not let it pass you by. The world is waiting. Heaven is watching, and your destiny is calling. The question is, will you answer it?